Hi everyone, and I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit today about the LCEF partnership that's going to be happening for the 2022 youth gathering. In previous years, your group may have applied for a card similar to this, and what would happen is there was a form that LCEF would send out in advance, and your group would pick a cash amount that would be placed on the card, and then each member of your group would receive a card when you arrive at the gathering. LCEF is planning to do something very similar for 2022. They will have a booth that you can go to upon check-in. However, one difference at this gathering from previous years is that it will be card only. You used to be able to go, and if you had an LCEF steward account for your youth group, you could get cash in case your group needed it for any special events or different things that you were buying, food purchases, stuff like that. But this time it will be card only. So you only need $100 to open an LCEF steward account for your youth group, and I would highly advise you consider doing it if your group has not done so. If you need more information on doing that, you can call 800-843-5233 and speak to an LCEF representative about doing that. One thing that we do is money that we fundraise for specific things like the gathering or special youth trips, we make sure to deposit into that account so we know that the money is there when we have a trip or an event that's going on, and we can pull money back and forth from it. You'll have a form that LCEF will put out in order to get the cards, and it will be on an LCEF youth gathering page that will be coming out soon. And then when you arrive in Houston, you will pick up your cards at registration. And one really exciting feature this time is the card will actually have your kids' names printed on it. At least that's what they said. Unlike in years past, this one just says LCEF Youth Gathering on it, and there's a number. Now, the great thing is, like this one, for instance, was only good through July 2019, because this was from the 2019 gathering. So your card will only be good through about a week or so after the gathering is over. And then any money you had remaining on the balances on the card will actually get redeposited back into your youth group account. How awesome is that? So the money is not just sitting on gift cards, getting wasted like it does sometimes. You're trying to find something to buy with them. And then you'll also have the opportunity to use them on your trip home. So this is a great resource if you don't feel comfortable just handing over cash to your youth. You can also have them for your adults to help pay for things. You can even take out more than one a person if you think maybe one or two of your adult leaders should have an extra one just in case some kind of emergency happens. In previous years, the max, and that's what's going to happen this time too, is going to be $250 per card. And they usually have them in denominations like 150, 200, and 250 or something along those lines. So you can set the total amount that's on each card. The cards are not reloadable, so that's another thing to consider. I prefer to go personally on the higher side, just in case, knowing that money's going to be redeposited back into our account. If something happens that maybe you lose a card, that's a great thing too. All the numbers will be recorded, and so that card can be canceled. They can issue a new card at the exchange on site, and you'll be able to get it. And you can, like I said, do the multiples per person in the event that you think you're going to want more. I'd really suggest you look out for this resource once LCEF starts putting it out, because it's something you really want to get on. They have also allowed for the owner of the account to get information through a login and password, where you can look up each card number that you're receiving and see how they're spending it. So if you've got parents, or if you're questioning, well, I don't know if I trust the kids are going to really spend it on their meals or what they're going to do, you can have access to it to see what they're buying each day and hold them accountable. The previous gatherings, what I've done is I've included a little ledger with the card when I give it to the kids, and I have them account for each thing that they purchase on it. So they have to write the date, which meal it was, how much they spent, and I even try to get them to keep receipts if they can, which a lot of times they have, and they've been really good about doing that, so that they're a little more accountable about how much they're spending each day and what it's on. And especially when you're looking at things like convention center food, downtown food, which can end up being a little pricier, rather than having to hand out cash. This is a great resource. And because it's got the Visa logo on it, will be taken anywhere that major credit cards are accepted. As far as cash though, I would suggest maybe your group consider still bringing just a little bit that maybe your group leader or adults hang on to. I know that there are going to be food trucks at the Houston gathering, and sometimes there have been instances where food trucks prefer the cash over using a card just because of different finance charges that they can get from that. Or if you've got smaller eateries or place you go to, the New Orleans gathering is one that comes to mind, where there were actually a few businesses that we went to that only took cash. So definitely consider having just a little bit on hand just in case, but great resource, definitely apply for it.